Hey everyone, a little bit of an impromptu gathering this evening. Paul and myself are looking at Pygame. We wanted to play around with it this weekend. There's a bit of event going on. I'll walk you guys through in a second. But Paul's got his screen up. What we're going to do is we're going to try and get Pygame game launched and working. And then what I'll do is I'll go through a little bit about like what we're looking to enter this weekend for a bit of fun. So Paul, you've got a blank slate in front of you. Is that right?
I do. I do have a blank slate. So what we've done here, or what I've done, is used Amazon Workspaces to set up a completely brand new, fresh instance of Amazon Linux 2, and that's running Mate as the UI overlay for that. I've done nothing. So we literally just created this instance 15 minutes ago. This is the first time we've logged in, and yeah, we thought we would set this up. And see if we can get, the first instances of Pygame running on the machine.
Nice, that'd be cool. And by the way, we're not in our sheds tonight. Some people might notice.
Yeah,
it's
we're
a little bit cold
inside
in
tonight.
Melbourne, very rainy, so we're doing it inside, nice and warm. So it won't be a regular thing, but yeah, a little bit of a different location this time.
So I think the first thing I'll probably want to do is do a sudo yum update. So looks like everything's installed for this. Like everything's up to date. It's brand new install. That's pretty good.
Yep.
We'll check what version of Python it's installed with. I bet it's 2.7. Yep. All right. I think to install this, we can do sudo yum install Python. I don't know whether 3.9 will work like this, but we'll see. No. Interesting. So I guess Python 3.7 is installed.
Nice.
Okay, so Python 3.7 is installed on the machine, but it defaults to Python, which I guess is like perfectly fine for right now. So we've probably got the right version of Python installed. As you can tell, like I haven't done it before on this machine, so we'll see. What we'll do
documentation next.
Well, what I was thinking next was I was going to install PyCharm. So so sometimes I use PyCharm, sometimes I use VS Code, but I think we'll just we'll install
the community edition.
Yeah, we'll install this edition. Actually, I think like to install this, there's a specific installer that you can use. Otherwise, I'm going to have to drop this in a certain folder. I'm just trying to remember what this is. There's a toolbox app, Linux.
Yeah, I usually use the toolbox just because it's easy to update versions. What happened there?
I didn't download it. So I'll save that file. Okay, we got that file. And what was that specific command that it said to run? Download toolbox. There we go. So it's been a while since I've done this, but I did it more recently with IntelliJ. So it must have just been a version problem there. How do we start it? Okay. pretty sure. Here we go. Yep. So it's here now.
Yep.
And we'll find.
I was up the top actually. No, not the edge. Scroll back up. It was just one down.
I don't have the key available for it on this machine, so I'll just do the edu version.
I thought community version was free.
Oh, sorry. I didn't even realize that. I just clicked edu. I'll cancel out. I meant to click community. I didn't, not the pro one.
Actually, I've never seen the Edu edition. What's the difference? I'm gonna do a quick Google.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Is Edu just the full version of?
It might be just pro, but like with educational,
education.
prove that you're a part of education. So anyway, what this
is a simpler UI aimed at students. Just looking at it, it doesn't seem to be the pro version.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So for anybody that was following along, if you just go ahead and download the apps, you'll get a tar gzip with all the binaries that you need to go and place in the proper folders. It's kind of annoying to do that, especially when you're used to Mac OS or Windows or something. So this specific tool, and the reason you saw that change was because the example they give you just had a different version. Basically, download that tar gzip, untar that into /opt, cd to opt to the JetBrains toolbox folder. That's what I did there. So as you can see there, it's like /opt to find toolback, run this binary, which brings up this little toolbar in the bottom, which enables us to install whatever the JetBrains IDE we want to. So that looks like it's installed. I think you will put it in. I thought I put it in like programming or something. Maybe it needs to be rebooted for that to be picked up. But I thought it would. Put it here somewhere.
Click on the app in the toolbox and just launch it
from
there as well.
Yeah, I think you can start it from there, but I thought it put it somewhere in one of the folders as well. Obviously not. Okay, so got PyCharm up. I'll just leave that on this screen while we figure out what we're meant to do for Pygame. So I've never installed Pygame. Matt has some experience with it.
Yeah, I've used it a couple of times. Basically, it's just going to be installed via pip. So you can do a pip install Pygame.
Is that literally all we do?
Project that you can test.
Okay.
Yeah, just go new project.
So we'll do a VM with Python 7. That looks fine. We'll call this Pygame 1. I don't like that folder. I don't know what it is. I like to put all my projects in Workspace.
I put them in this folder called development on my PC. Yeah.
Okay, so if we go to terminal here, this should be So we do have Python 7. Good.
Yep.
So what was it? We said pip install.
Should be pip install Pygame. And then if you run Python free, you can run pygame.examples.alien, I think, looking at the documentation.
We can just type Pygame.
Yeah, dot examples dot aliens, and just call it with Python at the front as well.
Yeah.
Python dash M. Let's have a look at the documentation. Yeah, here we
go. Okay.
Yeah, there we go. What's -m? Let me have a look.
Okay, well, that worked. So we definitely know that that's set up and working. And interestingly, and I've never tried this before, but the audio drivers from the Linux machine went all the way through into my ear. So that's why I jumped back.
Nice.
So let's just do like one tiny little thing to get something up and running.
Yep.
Before we like finish off for the night. We've got it installing, but is there like a get started?
Yeah, so if we go to docs, actually, so right at the very top. And then like you've got introduction to Pygame, maybe.
Okay, maybe we'll just do this.
Projects, yeah.
Yeah, but
we
maybe
can
we'll just
compare
take
how
this.
it is to Phaser if we look at it in a second.
Yeah, Phaser's a gaming platform for JavaScript.
Yeah. We've played around a little bit with it lately, but we decided this weekend Pygame could be fun to learn, and then we can kind of understand how both works. There's no image.
Needs that ball.
Yeah, there. Yep.
Well, there we go. I mean, I'll be honest, Matt. I didn't think it was going to be that easy.
It's pretty simple, but it's not a game, is it? It's just like it's a looped animation basically at this point. We don't have any interactivity.
Yeah, but I mean, like, you know, just setting up the library was like you watched us do it, and we'd never even. I mean, we didn't even know whether Python 3.7 was installed in this machine. So I think that was pretty easy to get up and running. And maybe we'll go back to you, Matt, and you can share your screen, or if you want, I can bring up the Pygame competition that we're going into.
Yeah, let me post you the link. I'll just put it through on the comments for anyone watching the stream as well, so you can have a look. There we go.
So what you sent me this morning,
yeah,
and so it was really early this morning when we had a look at this thing. We thought maybe we'll give this a go.
Yeah, so Pygame has a jam every 3 months. It's usually individuals or teams. This time, to break it up, they've said you have to go in as a team of 2 or more. So Paul and myself will tie together. It's a little bit more relaxed. So if you've ever done like Ludum or any of the other major game jams, they usually run over the weekend. Hey, Aaron, how's it going? Thank you. So they usually go over the weekend, and you basically have 48 hours to do something. This is a bit more relaxed because you've got the entire week. So the thinking behind it is teams can build something over 2 or 3 hours each day. They can fit it into their work hours. They can spend a bit of time on the weekend. But it's not as compressed a time frame because I think they realize that everyone's got a life outside of doing hackathons. So yeah, it starts up on Thursday. We don't know what the theme is yet. So on Thursday, they'll announce the theme. And then effectively what we'll do is we'll start to brainstorm some ideas. We might do that on the stream. So what you know, based on the theme, what kind of game do we want to work on? And then once we've got that, then we'll start doing the programming and a little bit of art. And yeah, it should be quite fun. I know Aaron, if I remember conversations right, Aaron's actually done a little bit of work on games as well. So great to see he's on the chat. And hopefully you'll be able to follow along, Aaron, if I remember our chat history. But yeah, so we're going to give it a try. You'll see some stuff that we're building in Phaser later. But Pygame we thought would be a nice, fun project. It's always nice to do, you know, these types of things, to develop coding skills, you know, muck around, learn game engines. Then you can go back to your day-to-day job on web development or building a backend or whatever. Yeah, so I'm pretty excited. Anything from your perspective, Paul? I know I only just hit you up with this at the start of the day.
I mean, look, I've never touched it before. I think it'd be fun to do it. I think it's timely because my 9-year-old son and he decided he wanted to learn how to program Python. And that was because the year 7, so the 12 or 13-year-olds and up, were being offered a little programming class where they could learn Python. And he said he thinks he could do it. And I said, sure, let's go ahead and find a book. I'll find the reference to the book that I've got for him. And we've been slowly working through the start of that book for the last about 4 days now. And he's been doing some really simple Python programming, just collecting input from the user and piecing those together. So like he was making it so you take 3 specific fruits, and if you get the fruits in the right order, you have to type them in. If you get them in the right order, it gives you a spell, and at the end it loops over the spells you've got. And he was really excited by that. So I think it was really timely that when Matt sent me this morning, I woke up at 7 o'clock and I had this message from Matt saying, check out this Pygame thing. We should join and do it. I said, sure, let's do it. So that's why we thought tonight we'd jump on. We'd go ahead and we'd spin up a workspace. That came specifically to mind because somebody else, another specific streamer, was talking about the environment that they were using, and they were thinking about what sort of like specific virtual machines or virtual environment they might use. And they were having some issues because they had an M1 at Mac, and VirtualBox and VMware Fusion doesn't work on the M1 at the moment. And we were just saying, yeah. Well, I knew you were going to say something like that. Oh, that's a nice hoodie, by the way, Matt.
I love Parallels. Yeah, this is a Twitch hoodie actually. So, I got it yesterday. Quite happy with it. It's nice and warm. I just really liked the purple on the white. I thought it was nice, and I was running out of hoodies. I'm really running out of AWS hoodies, so we'll have to get some devs in the shed merch so I can dress up myself as well. And I think it's timely for me as well. Like, we've been doing a lot of cloud work on the stream. It's been fantastic. We've done work on IoT, Raspberry Pis. It will be nice to break it up with this. But, my sister approached me a couple of weeks ago, and she said, like Paul, she's like, I want to make a game. Could I do the art? She's a graphics designer. And she's like, can I do all the art for you? Let's pull a game together and let's do like a co-op adventure game. So I'll have fun learning this, and I might build something that's co-op in the background. And one of the cool things is if we make it co-op, I'm sure we'll be exploring app sync and all those types of services on the cloud back end again, right? So, yeah. Excellent. Well, I'm impressed.
I think it'll be fun. Yeah, I mean, I'm impressed too. It was pretty easy to set up. I mean, sometimes this can be like we get stuck with dependencies. And the reason I specifically chose to do this in Workspace was just so I just didn't have to like install more things on my local machine, which is pretty full at the moment.
That's right.
And just go ahead and show something different.
Could you bring up that link I pasted?
The game?
No, one more link.
Oh, you posted another link?
Yeah.
I'll bring that up now.
So this is the most important thing about Pygame, right? It works on the Raspberry Pi.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's really good. Well, if anyone's joined our stream yesterday, we spent significant time waiting on my Raspberry Pi because of a bad SD card. I placed the order for the bits, so we can go ahead and we can fill that in the next few days. That'll come in, and we'll try that. But it is good to know.
SSD for the Raspberry Pi, or did you just go for a replacement SD card?
I bought both. I bought a SD card that'll probably come tomorrow.
Yeah.
So we can just quickly look at it. I mean, it's always handy to pop an SD card in now. It's always good to have a spare, a couple of dollars. But I bought the other parts as well, so we can have a speedy install. Nice.
Excellent. Cool. Well, we'll be back on Wednesday. So lunchtime, Melbourne time, 12 p.m. AEST. Doing the regular Devs in the Shed, episode. We'll be on the AWS channel rather than the Devs in the Shed channel. So come join us then. I'll be covering SQS and some of the cool stuff Paul's been doing with it lately. And then don't be surprised if we jump on this particular stream on Thursday as we find out what the topic is for Pygame, and we start to brainstorm ideas on what this will look like. But until then, I'll let everyone go. Thanks for watching us quickly set up Pygame, and we'll catch you later.
All right, take care all. Just pop any comments for us on the YouTube channel. We'll get to them. Thanks all. Bye.
Thanks everyone. Bye.